Yeah. I'm just leaving the gym and out the shower. So I actually feel real good right now. I done worked all morning. Went and got my workout in, and I'm gonna be recording tonight, bro. I look. So this is funny, right? Yeah, I was recording yesterday. I recorded like overs, but when I get to the crib, I gotta finish writing this verse or verses. I'm not sure. I don't know how crazy I'm going this yet, but um, that song "Minx in Miami" with Rick Ross, French Montana, X Max B goes so fucking crazy, bruh. And I even like how they did the visuals and all that. Whoever, what's his name? The director was like Red Ink, some shit. Shout out to the director. That shit look clean. But um, I'm saying this to say that when it first dropped, bruh, I was all on YouTube trying to find this instrumental, bruh. And I couldn't find it, and I'm like, fuck. So I started playing the song out loud, and I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'm writing over the actual song. So I probably got like, well, like I'm like 6 bars in, 8 bars in, or whatever. But then this morning I found a beat, and I was just like, oh shit, let's go. So, and I'm sorry, I butchered the timeline. I found the instrumental this morning, and then I took the ideas that I had when I was listening to like, oh, how would jump on this shit. And then I wrote it down this morning. So I'm probably gonna record that and drop it tonight. Fuck it, cause I still gotta drop the freestyle I did yesterday. I was gonna do it last night, bro, but I was just so tired, bro. Like after doing the stream, and then I just had some stuff to like situate. I had to wash clothes. I had a bunch of shit that I was catching up on, so I ended up staying out a little later than I wanted to. But I'm so excited to rap on this, and tomorrow, God willing, everything work out tomorrow. I'm done recording the 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 skits. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for I mean, it's something I am waiting for that I ain't even talk about, because I hope God and the universe and divine, all that shit just line up, and because that would be, oh my God, that should be crazy, and not even for the world, for me. I would be so in appreciation. But um, outside of that, if it don't line up, I whatever gratitude, it's gonna come out the way it's supposed to come out. But just from my end, all that post production shit, that shit done recorded. So I'm so happy I got this. I mean, tomorrow would be the last days, because like I got 2 of the homies supposed to. Oh, boom. Hold on. See, they cowed him. Muchas gracias. Tú también. Que pasó buen turno. She's so cute. My bad. I had to get my little. When I hit the gym, I gotta get one of these, bro. I'm trying to get it swole on y'all. Low key, that's why I ain't even do no visual content. Why? Because I'm actually, I'm working on myself, bro. I heard Kendrick say my teeth is white. I said, oh God, motherfuckers talking about how white their teeth is now. I can't even compete. Yeah, you rap, but how white your teeth is, nigga. I ain't want them do me like that. What's that, Jovan? Shit, I gotta go grab this shit from my aunt. Shit, y'all finna be vibing with me while I roll them around Guaynabo, bro. Don't mind the bandana on my head. This is just 'cause I'm working out. I'm not gang affiliated, okay? I am a nerd. I stay home and play video games. It was funny. I was on live with one of the homies, and they're like, "Bro, what you talking about?" It's just like, "Hey, shut up, bro. I never was on none of that type of time, man." Cause it's funny too. The homies will me look a little better. You always been rapping. I said, I knew you in middle school. I wasn't rapping in motherfucking middle school. Because first of all, going to Miami South Ridge, that shit just, from the moment you get on the bus, you getting roasted, bruh. You didn't want to go to that back seat. Like, it was these 3 dudes, man. Shout out to them, bruh. They used to have the bus so fucking turned. But you could not go back there, bruh. You cannot go back in that, but without you know you gonna get picked on the more you get back there. So you better be mentally prepared. And I'm so grateful because there's this like little cute little cheerleader that used to sit in the front seat, and I always sit next to her. I'm like, I ain't going back there in the morning. And afternoon, cool. We didn't have the whole day. We all turned and stuff like that. In the morning, I don't even want to talk to nobody. And a little damn, I forgot her name. Was it Precious? I think her name was Precious. I don't know. She was cute. I was like, man, I'll sit next to you. I was like, yeah, Jose, go ahead, sit next to me. Are you strapped? What am I strapped? No, sir. I don't have a fire weapon in my vehicle. That's against the law. I mean, I don't even know how the gun license work in Puerto Rico. I don't even like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a like. Cause all the homies, it's funny, right? Like my friends, we grew up as nerds and as a collective. It's funny how in retrospect, like motherfuckers got into shit that you don't expect. Like, bro, my last performance, it's funny now too, cause my homie cause the homie on not house arrest, but what's it called when you like you got to be home by a certain time and all type of shit. Whatever, bro. I'm on my way I'm on a bus, leaving work to go to perform. Right, I get a call. The homie like, bruh, locked up. I said, what you fucking talk about? And then he said the whole thing, and I'm like, what? Nah. And I was kind of mad at his homie because like I don't even want to elaborate because that these are real people in my real life. But I was hot because it had nothing to do with bro, but it still was his circumstances. So then it's like, that shit fucked me up. And I'm thinking like, this shit weird, bro. There's no way. When we was living in our apartment complex and playing manhunt and football and basketball all day, we was not on no bullshit. Hey, I'm good. How you doing? Guns are against the law. It's how they use. I'm not saying guns is against the law, but it depends how you get your gun and how you buy it and all that type of shit. I'm 35, bro. I'm too grown to be bullshitting and just being on like youngin' timing, bro. I'm not finna be on that. And I wasn't even on that when I was young, so it'd be crazy. That's like me coming here rapping about guns and shooting people and shit and thugging. I've never thugged a day in my life. Just because I lived where I lived at doesn't mean I was partaking in the shit that I was partaking in. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I've kind of gone through on my timeline. Like, when I my dad was kind of going crazy when we not crazy like crazy, but crazy like that man moved to Miami from Puerto Rico, worked with one of the big like salsa legends and shit. Then he ended up working with Gloria Stefan, which she was like the top tier shit. So we was good. Once the 2000s came in, that shit went down. So I've lived in Kendall, I've lived in Perrine, I've lived in Richmond Heights, I lived in Aranja. I ain't never lived in Goulds. But I knew people in Goulds, I knew people in Color Ridge. I lived in Florida City. I kind of lived in Homestead because my girl was living in Homestead at the time, and we would be in there all day. I pretty much was staying with her. I was living in the warehouse and out of her house at the same time. Shit was wild. What the hell? I mean, this is a safe space for everybody. I mean, the LGBT, I guess. I don't know what I got. I mean, not if you like what you like, love what you love, that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you like it, I love it. But it's a safe space for everybody. Don't be just putting that shit in the comments. Someone might come in the comment like, oh, it's this. No, it's not that, bro. That's crazy. But shout out to y'all that's in that side of life. Hold on, but yeah, it's just funny, man. As adults and kind of saying, going back to what we was talking about, like the guns and stuff. But what about 6? That's crazy. Yeah, it looked like it, all right. Cause homie didn't put whoever chat Casey is, bro. What's up with you, bro? Ain't no one said nothing about that. Better throw this shit in there. No, it's crazy, bro. Not. It's y'all fault. Cause when I'm famous, they gonna pull shit like this up and they gonna be like, see? I told you, he doesn't mess with the LGBT community. I never said that. Bro, with y'all? You put that on me? Hey, I want to see what this is what the supermarket look like in Puerto Rico. This big called, all right, it don't look crazy now. It's called Supermax. What the sign at? It's a good one though, low key. I'm in Guaynabo. But yeah, anyways, going back to what I was sharing with y'all. For real, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I hope the women in my life appreciate this motherfucker. Yeah. Hello, nurse. Bueno. She's so cute. My bad. Gotta grab some little stuff real quick. But anyways, you said in the projects, the bandana's wild looking. Wow, why the bandana? Like, yeah. First of all, bro, I'm 35, bro. I grew up in the 2000s. Stop thief is crazy. Y'all fall into the stereotype of Puerto Rican that I steal. I lied. I stole once. Well, I stole. The only time me and the homies ever did some bad shit, bro, we went to go steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards at Toys R Us. Actually, no, we did it twice. We stole Yu-Gi-Oh cards at Toys R Us, and then we hit a lick at Best Buy. That's around when Metal Gear Solid 3 dropped and Need for Speed Underground 2 was out. We had made my mama take it. I feel like my mama knew what we was doing, but she just like, all right, that's on y'all get caught. But she ain't saying nothing. So, and I'm only talking about this now because it's funny as hell, because the homies ended up getting caught. Bruh, so, dang, what should I'm off tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Look, this is $8 for a little packet thing, but I'm trying to be on my health tip right now. That's why I got the acai bowl. Yeah, they tripping. Why Puerto Rican guys? I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, so the homie, yeah, they tripping on here. I don't know what they on right now. And yes, the bandana look crazy. But I promise you, I'm not thugging. I ain't never thugged a day in my life. So, and I ain't got no shirt on under my hoodie because I forgot to put a shirt on my book bag. But hold on a second. My bad. I gotta grab some stuff for the grab this stuff. Anyways, my bad. Going back to what I was saying. Hopefully, I got all the skits and everything done by the day tomorrow, and then I could really just finish the post production because like everything's recorded. And I was waiting. I was waiting to. Ooh, they got mangoes in this bitch. I was waiting to record all the skits first so that I can actually so that I could do the outro. That's the only thing. The outro is gonna be so fucking fire. That the outro is one of my favorite things, and I come to realize that Act 1 is from the perspective of the worker, like I shared with y'all, right? Act 2, damn, that's crazy. You lucky I can't pull you on live. I'll roast your ass right now. The last 3 tracks of the album is really on some selfish shit. I just noticed that. I was re-listening to it. Except Brand New Day, and the. I mean, I can say the track name now because I don't know how many of y'all actually committed to what I'm doing. So track 9 is called Icha Icha, right? Not Icha, but I-C-H-A-I, or Icha Icha. I don't know how to pronounce it right. But that is the name of the book that Jiraiya wrote that Kakashi's always reading. So that track 9 is almost like a part 2 to Amaury Love, and I'm telling my story from the moment I started rapping to me releasing my first project. I took a hit off Timu. What's up with y'all, bro? Y'all be bullying on here. What did that mean? That man said he took a hit of Timu vape and now he can smell shapes. Yeah, bro, you need to go to the doctor right now. You need to go buy a pound of sea moss, a bunch of gallons of spring water, and go see a doctor if you see smelling colors. I know that those two things have nothing to do with each other, what you're eating, but it'll help. Speaking of that, you just remind me I gotta get water. I didn't realize how expensive this shit is, bro. Especially over here. It's funny. Let me see. That's it. It's funny because like in the grocery stores in Florida, Miami specifically, there's a lot of spring water. And I notice over here, bro, everything's just purified water, purified water, purified water. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there no natural spring water? And a lot of the spring water be hella expensive. Like I was watching Effective Immediately, and Dr. Sabi's grandson was on one of the episodes, and he was talking about, they had mentioned water, and one of the first like, oh, Acapana, and coincidentally, Gina was drinking it. That's what she drinks, so she had like a bottle on her. I'm like, oh, that's lit. But then I look, like even here, like going to the supermarkets here, they got the bottle version. I can't even get the glass version if I wanted to. Look, that shit got one pack. Everything else is just thing. And I want to make a commitment to get back to my health stuff, because honestly, bro, I was on, like, especially in 2018, I was super committed. I was on my spiritual journey, listening to debates and all type of shit from like consciousness, and like I was just knee deep into that whole universe. And then like I don't know what happened. Actually, I know what happened. I think me and my ex had broke up. I went through depression, and then I just like fucking dived into the shit that I was lacking in, which was making music at the time. Because I got super comfortable. I made my first album, and I started smelling myself like, oh, I got a tape. I've been performing. I'm getting good reaction. And I was so focused on being outside, and I stopped prioritizing like even myself as a man, the relationship I had, all that shit. And so the moment shit kind of went left and my circumstances became real difficult, it kind of derailed me from like what I was doing. And granted, I'm the type of person that I'm constantly learning. I read audiobooks all the time. I read audiobooks all the time. I'm constantly trying to better myself. That's why, like, even now, the gym is important to me. I'm trying to get swole so I can look good for my future babe. And not just that, for me, so I can feel good. So, like, if I got it, like tonight, for instance, I'm sure I'm going to stay up to, like, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. If I do that, I know when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm still going to feel good because I'm constantly putting good things into my body and, you know, taking care of it. So when I do have to compromise, or like even when I tend on my vices, there's a balance. You get what I'm saying? My bad, I'm looking at what? Ooh, I want some coconut water. That shit look good. Let me tell you something. It's because I was talking to my homie too. Our homies too, right? Like, it's like, why are you spending? Nah, it's really, I was talking about my uncle. My uncle a hater, man. I love my uncle. My uncle is one of the smartest men I ever seen. That man, it was a paleontologist in the 80s, like the 70s and 80s. He was doing activism shit. Like him and his, rest in peace, his ex-wife, they was on some timing where they was doing think pieces with music and all type of stuff, right? My uncle is a G, but he's such a hater, bruh. I was telling him, like, yeah, I'm finna, you know, do this with the water and this, that, and the third. He started hating immediately, like, it's the same thing. You're drinking water. There's water in the earth. I'm like, bro, you know, you way too smart for that. Don't tell me we could have debates about religion, and you could tell me how you do all this, and there's no way you're this intelligent and you have not taken that brain and used it to educate yourself. I mean, not like that. It's crazy. I mean, to actually, like, yeah, I'm like, bro, how the fuck you so smart? How the fuck you don't know this shit about health? You got books. I'm literally looking at Dr. Lily Africa's book right there, Catching Dust. Why are you not reading that? Like, you would be up on game. Granted, he's super healthy too, vegan and all that shit. But you know, like, just cause you vegan don't mean you healthy, bro. Like, cause you fuck around eating white bread and sugar and fake meat. Like, the fuck? Why the fuck is there beet juice coming out of my burger? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you eat that way, and when you're fucking when you're not actually seeing how it's affecting your body, you're just like, oh well, I'm just gonna eat plant based, and then you just eat a bunch of bullshit still. You're defeating you might as well eat meat. That's why I started eating. My bad. I'm trying to get this bottle of water. That's low key why I started eating. Pause. Why I started eating meat again, because I'm like, man, I'd rather get my protein this way and still kind of like, still make sure that I eat fruit, still make sure I'm taking sea moss, make sure that I'm putting the right things in my body, make sure I'm taking things that are gonna help me, right? Make sure I'm drinking the majority of water, whatever. Um, so even if I gotta put bullshit in my body, at least the other shit's offsetting until I can get to where I want to be at, and I could like do that or whatever. Yup. From Los Angeles. Oh, thank you. Hey, that's so hard. Thank you so much. I'm super biased to LA. My first vacation as a child that I could remember was going to LA. To California, because my dad was on tour with Gloria Estefan at the time. I was a jit, and I know I had to be 6 or 7 because my little brother wasn't born yet. And I remember going out there, and all I remember is we went to this big ass mall with multiple floors, and my mom bought a bunch of Spider-Man toys. And then I remember one day we ended up going to Compton because I had an auntie that stayed over there. R.I.P. to Auntie Odile. That's all I remember. Anyway, so shout out to you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. See, I don't even know who be tapping in and talking to, like, who be locked in, like. So I'm grateful when someone comes in. Dang, y'all been seeing me trying to grab this bottle. I'm not short either. This is a tall ass thing, and I don't want to knock all this water. You know what? I'm feeling good. Cause, bro, I'm telling you, I've been spending money on food, bro. That shit. And like, I'm trying. It feels good to have. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm balling, but I'm becoming a thousandaire. And on my road to becoming a thousandaire, it feels good to be able to have, like, I'm in a space right now where, like, okay, I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and it won't affect me for real. Bro, you understand? Last year, bro, I was thinking like, how I'm gonna eat today? You know how embarrassing that is? I drop a freestyle at 3 a.m, wake up, and figure it out like, oh well, I just paid rent, I ain't got no money. I gotta text this person, I gotta borrow this, and bro, it's so embarrassing. Like, I can't, like, it was I was such in a bad place, and I'm so grateful for like my friends and my lumbos at the time, cause like, out of all the homies, I'm the one that really stayed. I'm the one that kind of stayed persistent with the dream. Like, oh no, you got to do this, bro. I'm telling you, it's something. And not to say that they was in dream chasing and stuff like that too, but they prioritized their real life. So like, all my day ones, motherfuckers is homeowners driving their little Teslas. They done took whatever lane and field that they wanted to go to, and they went for it. And I can hear Nick's voice now. Bro, I told you, what, you should have just got your ass a little AA degree, or AS degree, take your ass to a job that you're making, and just rack up. It's only 2 years. And my excuse at the time was like, nah, bro, I'm rapping, bro. I'm performing now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And bullshit. I'm fucking, and then I always had lucky with jobs and shit like that. I always had like a supervisor position or whatever. When I worked at the call center, I was the youngest supervisor on the production floor. When I was working for DirecTV, then I ended up, I was working for my cousin for a little bit. He had some company where he was pretty much the middleman for like loans. So if you go get a loan for a bank for your business, they reject you. They got these like other lenders that will fucking they got these other lenders that will give you money, but the interest rate is ridiculous. Like, it don't even make no sense. Damn near 50%. Like, I'm giving you $20,000, but you gotta give me back 30. I'm like, huh? That shit don't even make sense. I think I'm good on water. I do like water at the crib. All right, cool. Anyways, but then after that, I started working with my ex-girlfriend's parents. I ain't gonna lie, she sold the fuck out of me. Meaning that like I'm sitting there because like I'm thinking I'm big shit working with my cousin because it's just a commission based job, and like shit I can get one sale and that shit I could be good for the month. But it was still stressful because you got to follow people and then because let's say I sell a loan for 100K, right? This is and I get 5 points out the commission for something that's 100K. That's 5 bands for one. That's 5 bands for one sale. But the problem is when I hate sales jobs when I need the money. And I don't even like sales job, bro. I feel like I'm being manipulative. Like I'm trying to make you buy some shit. Which yeah, that's what a sales job is. But like I feel I don't even like moving in that accord. That shit fuck with my moral compass. Now I gotta lie. Now I gotta say some shit that I know that you know what I mean. That's why I used to hate working at Alorica, which is DirecTV. And if you were my generations, PRC. Oh, that's why I was looking for this. What's it called? Water, carbonated water. Let's go. What do I want? What they want? I ain't gonna lie, Avion nasty in the motherfucker, bro. Never drink that shit again. That shit was disgusting. It was cold. Something like hot water, nasty cold. Oh, there we go. Damn, I didn't even know there's some Mountain Valley here. That was perfect. So, bueno. Alright, so I think I'm good. Got water, got my uncle's stuff. Oh, let me tell you how my uncle, this nigga is dog, bruh. This is human being. Man, I asked him like, hey, uncle, let me know if you need anything before I leave. Yeah, get the dog some ice cream. Ice cream? The fuck this grown ass dog eating ice cream for? I ain't finna question, you know what I'm saying? My uncle, shit, I wouldn't be in Puerto Rico right now if my uncle ain't look out, so I don't even tell him no. Even though, whatever, I ain't put my uncle on blast. I love my uncle. Shout out to you, uncle. But still, man, this motherfucker, yeah, I need give him some chocolate and a pack of cigarettes, ice cream. I'm being exaggerated. It ain't really that bad, but ice cream for the dog is crazy. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I ain't tripping. All right, so got everything. This bitch gonna be like 60. Bro, I barely got anything in the car. I got water. Yeah, that's it. Water, some fruit, soda, and ice cream. Oh, and I need my little shit for my smoothies in the morning. Oh, one thing too, bro, that shit changed and I learned this from my uncle and my aunt, like my godmother and my uncle. They're actually, which is kind of dope, because I seen the interview with Lola Monroe and King Los, and they was talking about how, like, when they didn't go crazy in the depth, but I could tell, oh, y'all on it, like y'all eating clean, y'all doing whatever. I was like, dope, and I haven't. And anyways, I brought that up because in real time I was speaking to my uncle. I mean, I stayed with my godmother for like 2 weeks before I moved to Puerto Rico, and I seen like their morning routine. Like her husband, my Uncle Paul, he worked at the post office, right? Man been working there since 1992. and that man, intelligent man, but he's always been like a health person. He always been swole and stuff like that. And I didn't even know they was on, like, it's funny to me when, like, you get put on game or something, and like it feel like you the only person that know. So when you try to talk about it with people, if they're not really tapped in, they're not gonna give it the same type of energy that they would normally. You know what I'm saying? They're not like that. You feel for it, right? Like that's why I kind of stopped talking. Like unless I'm talking to homies that make music, I don't like talking about music, especially with my friends. Like if I have an idea and I'm talking to my ex, she gonna zone out real quick, bruh. I'm gonna be in that bitch like, yeah, I got this thing where woo, 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 and she'll just dissipate. So, oh, my bad, I'm lost focus. But anyways, I got to see my uncle and my aunt, how they, their morning routine, and I was like, they don't eat breakfast. They have smoothies in the morning and my auntie love, what's his name? Yaki. Oh man, who know homie's name? Yeah, I read the first line and I'm like, oh word, I appreciate that, bruh. And then I wrote, I'm like, oh, it's just straight clowning. Y'all get this off because when I'm on, I got like 1,000 people in the comments, bro. I ain't finna be able to listen to y'all ugly ass messages. Damn, do I got everything? Oh, let me get this man chocolate. Um, I got my smoothie stuff. Shit, right here. 2 bags for frozen fruit. That bitch already $30. But anyways, my bad. I keep postponing what I was about to say. I got to see them in real time. How their morning routine is, what they're putting into their body, how how I see them operate, and how I see them operate in real time. I think it's so dope because I'm saying, oh, that's why y'all healthy. That's why y'all are able to move the way that y'all move, operate the way that y'all operate. I think that's so fucking fire and gas. And I want to do that because, like, when you learning something, reading something, or watching videos about it, there's only so much that you can, you're seeing. It's just like somebody talking about stocks and they're showing you, like, yeah, I'm a millionaire and this, that, and the third. But if it's not in front of you, it don't feel real. Just like, just like how a lot of people be on here capping. But that visual and being able to see it in real life does a lot for you. Like, I remember my ex's dad showed me. I was talking to him about crypto because that's when like Doge was like going crazy, and I was like, yo, Berg, I got like, are you investing in this right now? It's going up. Ooh, you know a little bit of something. You want to try to show it out, and then the big homie was like, nah, I don't fuck with that crypto shit, man. And I'm like, oh, but you investing, right? And then he's like, man, let me show you something. So he pulled out his phone and he showed me his Fidelity account. Was it Fidelity? Nah. What's that bank? What's the bank that you could buy stocks on? I forgot. It's a bank that has a platform for that. And I'm sure a lot of banks have a platform for that, but it was one specific. I forgot the name of it. It's not Fidelity, but I do have Fidelity as well. Anyways, he showed me the account, and I ain't even gonna say what I saw, but I'm just like, oh, there's more than $1 million in this account, and this is so dope because this ain't someone with rat money. This ain't no fucking this ain't somebody that entertainment. No, this is, you know what I'm saying. I seen them get it out the mud. So that was so crazy to see. I'm like just like I'm holding my phone in my hand, I can go check my bank account and see, oh, I got X amount. Man, I seen digits on there. And that shit was opening my mind. It made it real. You get what I'm saying? So when you see it in real life, it made it real. So I'm saying all this to say, going back to what I was talking about with the whole health thing, I seen like my aunt and my uncle's morning routine and what they're putting into their body, what they're watching. You feel me? Like, even speaking with my aunt, and I love how like they raising their child. Like my little cousin, he young, I think 15. We're probably 16 now, and you could just tell like he's being raised in an environment where he's getting the right information, and they not on some timing where it's like, oh yeah, we learned this, but we're not gonna put a kid, like, don't tell me you finna go into health habit and then have your kids eating bullshit. That shit don't work like that. Everybody in the household gotta, because it's gonna compromise it. I remember I was dating someone and I was so adamant about, all right, well, I'm gonna start my fast again. I'm gonna go this, that, and the third. Man, next day we out and about to go buy some whatever food shit. And I'm thinking, man, I just told you how bad I really wanted to do this, and you ain't even give a fuck like that. You just wanted to go out and eat. Oh, my bad. So if you gonna make that, or at least as a man too, when you make that decision to like better yourself, it's gonna affect everyone around you. Even when I was staying with my parents for a little bit, like when I moved back after the warehouse, Well, whatever. Long story short, I ended up in like 2019. I was staying with my parents for like a while, and I was really on my, especially my mama. I'm the only person watching. Put down the phone in the public. That's crazy. Well, I appreciate you that you're the only person watching. Um, I mean, I'm in Puerto Rico right now. It ain't like I'm somewhere I ain't supposed to be at. And I ain't got no ops. Shout out to you, Luke Kane. $84 is crazy. Look, 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 look. This is all I got. There's water, fruits, and this bitch is 80-something dollars, bruh. 3 bags. And they gonna make you pay for the bag. That's crazy. Tall. My memories. Boom. Right. And I still gotta go. Shit. All I know is my uncle better not be like, hey, my uncle did not spend his cigarette money. Or his money. That's another thing too, but I don't smoke. So I be having my uncle be like, hey, go get me some cigarettes. And back in the day, wasn't a pack of cigarettes like $5-6? Bro, that bitch be 10 some like. And then it's not even the premier, like, you know how they be having the expensive cigarettes? But it's cool. Bad. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Shit, right. I'm just trying to get y'all though. I'm trying to share my life with y'all. At least for right now, because I'm finna get to work. I was like, man, I had so much fun recording today on live. And I was like, damn, I gotta keep doing this more often. But I'd rather, I ain't finna record this verse with y'all. But I'd rather have I like to take my time and write. As much as I like piecing it together, or like rapping and sitting down and like punching in, I fell in love with writing again. Like just sitting on my phone, writing, and then like so, I'll sit outside and just vibe, listen to the beat over and over and over again, and I'll like piece together the verse, and then I'm rapping it out loud, and then I'm kind of piecing it in my head. So I just fell in love with that whole process again of like writing. I remember T.I., you know, another thing too, like even it's funny because WVR is kind of like, it was inspired by Tip versus T.I. Maybe that because I didn't listen to the album before when I made the decision, oh, this is what this album is going to be. I listened to Tip versus T.I. Even though sonically might not have inspired a lot, but the concept of, you know, I was like, okay, this is ill, but this is not Tip versus T.I., it's the worker and the rapper. Hold up. Put this shit up. And why did I bring that up? Hold on. Put this up real quick. Hi, it's time to celebrate. Fuck, I gotta clean this shit. My bad, cuz. My bad, cuz. I'm like, it's hard work. My bad, yeah, my bad. Let me put this up. At least Uncle can't tell me shit. Because I know low-key I ain't been buying stuff, but like, I want to eat how I want to eat, bruh. But also, I'm not like, my uncle cooks some shit, I'm going to take it. But I ain't been, But I want to contribute and make sure I'm buying groceries and stuff like that. Even though I don't be home, bro. I just work all fucking day, and I'm still all night and fucking record. Oh my bad. That's what I know. I like pause on my thought. So when T.I. was talking about how when he made Paper Trail, he explained that that Paper Trail is something that he wrote. They said, man, I normally punch in, this is the first time I write. And when you listen to the lyrics, Paper Trail, which is one of T.I.'s GOAT album, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all, if you haven't heard Paper Trail in a minute, y'all need to tap in. There's a lot of fucking good songs on there. Um, uh, like like even the intro, like I'm Illy is, oh my god. Never had to celebrate again, must tell a bitch again. The bullshit I'm addressing, man. I'm on some next level shit. Never been fucked in the game. I'm celibate. Rarely out my element. No. Oh my god, this shit goes insane. Do I wake up in the morning and feel low class? You low class warrior. That's what Vegeta be talking. I am the Saiyan Prince. Y'all. No, I don't wake up feel low class. For what? Bro, first of all, I don't see myself above nobody or under nobody. That's lame. Like if I don't have to put you down to make myself feel good. That's just lame as fuck. I hate when people do that. Motherfuckers be thinking, oh yeah. Bro, I completely forgot I got this goddamn bowl. Like some people have to lower them other people down to make them feel good. That's so fucking lame. Like no, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, I'm better than it. What? Like, don't try that bullshit. I hate when people do that, try to be funny. I'm not on that type of time, man. Rubber band, man. Wow, listen to Taliban 9 in my right, 45 in my other hand. Yeah, way too grown for that shit. My bad. I see y'all. I go into thought. I guess this is the challenge of being on live for a long time and doing shit. But anyways, because like when Tip was talking about Paper Trail and how he wrote the lyrics for all his songs on that album, and he hasn't wrote. I don't know if it was he never wrote up to that point or he didn't write on a lot of time, but you can see it in the lyricism, and you can hear. I mean, you can hear it in the lyricism. You can hear it in the verses, like of how tight everything sounded. And I know it's kind of a conflict because like I hear stories of how like everyone record different. I'm telling you. Like, one of the best things that ever happened to me and one of the worst things that ever happened to me was finding out that Jay wrote in his head. That shit was crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you. I hope, man. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best, just be me. And I know there's going to be people that don't get me, and it's fine. But my loved ones get me, where I'm from get me, so that's all that matter. You know what I'm saying? Even if people don't think it's Miami, motherfuckers just got too much pride. Ain't nobody. I thought it was just me. I'm like, damn, why I ain't getting no love like that? And then I was like, all y'all doing the same shit. Everyone do the same shit to everybody. Let me take a photo with Kendrick or some shit. Everyone's like, oh, I knew it. You been saying you said. Remember in 2012 when I gave you a ride and we had that conversation about how you gonna be the best? Like, I know all that shit gonna come up, bruh. And I know I've been doing this for a minute. Because every time I see someone from the past, top 3 things they bring up is, hey, so how's rapping going? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still an underground rapper. I speak extremely proper. I don't know. I don't think so. It's funny, right? Because, like, I don't even think I talk that ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I talk crazy like that. Obviously, I'm from Miami, specifically down south. It's funny because like people down south talk like Kodak. I knew Kodak. I'm like, yo, Kodak, such a Florida dude. He called someone a baser on a fucking song, and that shit was so funny because I'm like, yo, we used to call people basers all the time in middle school. Nah, I don't think I talk proper. I mean, I can't articulate myself. I'm a reader. I worked at a call center, so like, if I have to put on the white voice, thank you for calling DirecTV, America's #1 satellite provider. My name is Jose. How can I help you today? Yeah. Oh my God, we took $1,000 out of your account. That's ridiculous. Hold on, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Before I can pull up your account, I just need some information real quick, bruh. Man, I'm telling you, that shit taught me how to display empathy. But like all that shit, you see, selling teaches you how to be manipulative, and so I really was like my moral compass and selling at the same time. It was conflicting with each other. As half Pakistan, you gotta put who the fuck, yo, y'all roasting me. And nothing wrong with Pakistan people, bro. That side of the world getting blown up right now. Yeah, someone told me I look coolie, um, which is like Caribbean Indian folks or whatever. But nah, I'm an Afro Taino. My dad is a Puerto Rican from African descent, and my mom is a Puerto Rican from Taino descent. And obviously because of rape and shit, just Spaniard shit in that motherfucker. Um, but yeah, I'm not Indian, bro. I'm black and brown. That's crazy. You in Africa right now? Oh, you in the motherland? What part of Africa? Where you from? That man said the continent. Man, what country, bro? Because I am in Puerto Rico, somewhere in Guaynabo. I love Guaynabo, little down. My uncle said this shit used to be popping, and after the hurricane, this shit got dead as fuck. But I think aesthetically, this shit look dope. See, what I haven't talked about is I have a week off in May. May 8th, starting May 18th. My birthday's on the 17th, and that's the date the album dropped. It's coming. And oh my God, I'm so excited. Even though it's kind of out, but it's not really out. And I've been releasing the singles like one by one, and then I'm gonna have to release the whole project, and then I'm gonna have the theatrical version. I mean the Sonic movie version, with the skits and all that, and then whatever, right? And then what I do, all right, to step back. That week that I'm off, I was finna go back. Man, there's a piece of me that want to go back home. Cause my old girl's like, yeah, why don't you just come? You know what I'm saying? Cause they live in Ocala. Like, why don't you come, stay with us for like a day? He's like, you could take the car and go visit your friends. I was like, what? I'm finna go to Orlando. I'm finna go to Atlanta. I'm finna go to goddamn North Carolina. I gotta go. But I'm like, how am I gonna do all that and not go home? Like, not actually go to Miami. And the thing is, like, there's people I love down there. There's like on some rap shit. There's stuff I gotta do, right? There's some stuff I gotta do. Like I gotta tap in with some people because we got some unfinished business. Meaning like we got some stuff that we gotta finish or lock in, which would be amazing. And I miss like my little bros. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen them in forever. I miss my best friend. I ain't seen her ass in a minute. She get on my goddamn nerves. Fuck is this? Max was saying she'll come down if maybe I don't know. It depends on what her and her situation and stuff got going on. So I don't want to count that. But like, it's people I gotta see, and I would love to like, that I'm off. I got a little money in my pocket. I'm gonna be recording stuff. I'm like, damn, I'll be dope. Like, let me pull up Southport Apartments. You know what I'm saying? Because even one of the homies still live there too, and kind of be able to because next month that's what I'm gonna study. I know that lacking on visual content. Next month I'm taking the whole month just to like be studying how to record my different angles and clean visuals where like I don't have to be dependent on somebody doing it for me. Let me see. Wait, hold on. Did ancestry test for my Cuban side. 5% West African, Yoruba, and 3 Taino and Inca and Turkish. Damn. God damn, that's shit. My dog got some DNA in him. and 30% Spanish. See, that's the thing. Like, even when I hear Spanish, like, I feel we just know where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, everyone comes from Africa. Let's just be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on planet Earth right now has a mitochondrial DNA that's over 280,000 years old that goes to a genetic Eve. And that genetic Eve comes from South Africa. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just Africa, right? We was just all affected differently. Uh, who the heck is that? Oh, they been swole over here. I'm gonna have to do something tonight. Man, I might come get a little beer or something. Nah, nope. That's my day off. Or no. Nah, I'm good. I want to finish writing this rap. Hold on, my bad. I'm driving, y'all. I ain't trying to die on live, right? And if I do, y'all better stream the fuck out of me. Whoever y'all 3 people, be like, oh man, damn, we see them go down. Yo, turn up. Hey, let's listen to 7 Days. Damn, he was actually good. Oh man, I swear, bro. See, this is just me thinking crazy. The moment I had the idea of like, oh, it'd be dope to go back home, I'm like, wouldn't be some bullshit. I drop the tape and I get on a plane and something happened. I'm scared as fuck to get on the plane. And I should, but it's only because the trip before I came here, right? I had came with my aunt, and we was on our way to Puerto Rico. Then the guy in the thing was like, well, it seems that a rocket has exploded, so we have to go back. And I'm like, and he said that shit so calm, but I know this motherfucker ain't say rocket exploded. So everyone on the plane like talking like, what's going on? Like, you just hear everyone like chattering and shit like that. And whatever. Then eventually we go back. They had to clear the airway. I mean, clear the shit, and then we ended up getting back and we went back to Miami, stopped there, then went back to our destination of Puerto Rico. But what turned out is there was, I guess, like Elon Musk launched a rocket ship and this shit exploded and the debris was landed in the runway in Puerto Rico, which is crazy. I'm like, where the fuck was that rocket and how did debris get way to Puerto Rico? Because when I heard rocket explode, I said, who the fuck? What is going on? That shit scared me. I'm like, man. So then I remember I had this intrusive thought, like, God, I don't want to be dropping this album. Then I get on this plane, shit go down. Now I'm like, no, I ain't got no kids yet. I ain't married. I ain't got my little family and shit. I mean, that might sound corny or whatever, like, but I'm a grown ass man now. I want, you know what I'm saying? The man in me wants to provide and protect. I'm just picking the right one because y'all got me fucked up. I got homegirls that are bad bitches. I know what the fuck be going on. I'm not getting caught up in that bullshit. I'll tell you that. Oh, just like I see what y'all be on. My bad. I can read y'all comments. Hold on. Legalize. All the holy freedom. You went crazy. See, I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but if that's what you, hold on. What the fuck happened? Oh shit, that's an accident. My bad. God bless all y'all. My ancestors was Blackfoot and the Mohawk people, and Crow from Sudanese Pygmy. Ricky Rock said he brown skin from the Indian side. What's happening? I need to do a little more research. I swear, the first time my introduction to consciousness was via learning about the Illuminati. And let me explain what that means, because I know that sounds crazy as fuck. So when I was 2011, 2010, that's when all them conspiracy, like the zeitgeist and all that shit started coming out. Bruh, I promise, bro. I was watching those things and I was like, what the fuck is... They keep talking about a third eye. What's the fuck third eye? And then all of a sudden someone's like, the third eye is in Buddhism. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So then I started looking at that. And then Buddhism, I'm like, oh, this goes back to like this there. So where Buddhism originated from, and then boom, then I watch Hidden Colors, and then Hidden Colors is showing how everything pretty much leads. The further back you go in history, the darker everybody get. And I don't know what's the systematic thing that's like, oh no, don't let them know the further back that they go. Oh, they turned up over here. And so anyways, watching, and then when I was rapping, I was making a mixtape. Me and my dog was doing not mixtape. Yeah, it was a mixtape. It was a dual mixtape called New World Order. It was just rapping on like all the relevant beats and whatnot. And it was 2012 going to 2013. Um, and anyways, the engineer was the homie Darlem, right? His producer name was D Nasty. I don't even know his producer, but he was so fire, bro. Haitian brother. Which is funny now, because I definitely want to talk to him, because we were definitely locked in. And we used to always have these like spiritual conversations. He was like the first person to put me on to some shit. So I remember like would after one of the sessions, he was telling me about Hidden Colors. So we watched we recorded a session, and then we watched Hidden Colors, and I was blown away. I was like, what the fuck? And he had gave me the actual movies. And that was kind of like my introduction into like African history and spirituality, and having an understanding where a lot of these things come from, because we don't, bro. You got to understand, right? Like even the three like big modern religions now, like Christianity, Islam, and what would the Judaism? Cause I feel like Judaism is like tied to Christianity, but even though it's kind of not separate, because like Christianity and Catholicism, that kind of come from Rome, like as far as the origin, not the actual context, because like obviously there's they'll be like, oh, the first version of the New Testament is a book called the Peshitta, and the Peshitta is written in Syriac. And it was interesting in the language, right? If you look for the word of God in the book, in that version of the New Testament, God is referred to as Allah. And this book is written 300 years before the Quran. So just some interesting information just for y'all. And this ain't book. Y'all go Google it. Chat GPT this motherfucker. It'll tell you the truth. But anyways, I'm saying this. It's interesting that, a lot of, bruh, I'm telling you right now, in like 2,000 years, motherfuckers gonna be arguing, did Spider-Man exist? Of course he existed. No, he didn't. It's a comic book. This was a story meant for a meaning. They're gonna argue, no, Spider-Man did exist. Why? He's from Brooklyn. I'm lying. He's from Queens. Queens is in New York City. New York City is a real place. You get what I'm saying? And when you, and the thing is, even in the modern version, like the King James version of the Bible, I'm not trying to go too crazy, because I ain't trying to get canceled before I'm on. But in the King James version of the Bible, it's exactly what it is. It's the King James version. You're not even getting the African version of this thing. And if you understand how the inception of it, even though based on how I perceive things, I feel like everything happens like God. It wouldn't, if God didn't want it to exist, it wouldn't exist. Good, bad, and everything in between. So, and someone was explaining this. One of the brothers that was in Stan Lee is Spider-Man. Stan Lee is Spider. All right, Chicago Toxic Donut. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you. Yeah, Hinduism and Buddhism has third eye. Yes, but even if you go into Kemetic spirituality, like, or you look at the pharaohs and they had the little cobra on their forehead, and like all that's symbolic. Like people would think that's the thing too, right? What happened is you have, because think about Greece and Rome, right? That their inception came after ancient Egypt, and like, you got to think about like Nubia and the Kush Empire and all these other. There's a bunch of other civilizations that was taking place at the same time that don't get any light, and that was just as advanced or way more advanced, but because they black folks, they not gonna give them the goddamn props. All right, cool, whatever. But you have to understand that, like, if I wrote a story, right, and this story is not a real story, but I'm sharing the story to somebody else. Now I share the story to somebody else. They take take the story, and now they tell it to somebody else. But now when they're telling the story to somebody else, they don't tell you that that person didn't exist. So now the third person that heard that story, he thinks the person existed. So now they keep telling the story, telling the story, telling. Now they've been telling the story for 2,000 years. And now, when you go back to the root, you be like, oh, this wasn't even they didn't mean that as a real thing. They meant that as an allegory, or as a metaphor, or as a of reference to whatever. And I say this to say, this is the last thing I'm going, because now I'm going into my spiritual talk. I didn't even think I was going to go over here. I love talking about this shit, but I'm not gonna go crazy. I love talking about this shit, and I love speaking to people that are not. That's why I like watching people like Vic Mensa speak. I'm like, oh, not only you know something, you know how to, not only, I know you know, but you can also articulate yourself in a very ill way where people from all fucking, the whole spectrum could hear you. Someone, you know what I'm saying, super ghetto, and could take in what you're saying, and someone like, oh man, I graduated hard, could absorb the information. I can't wait to get to that level of being able to articulate myself. 19 Keys is someone as well, who I feel like articulates himself really fucking good. I'll get to that point. I'm not there yet. But anyways, so when you look at these deities, when they talk about the deities in ancient Kemet, which is Egypt, right? And you hear about Ptah, and you hear about Tahuti, and you hear about Heru, and you hear about Set, and you hear about not Osiris, but fucking Asar. Osiris is the Greek name. The actual name is Asar. But when you hear about these different deities, the way that, if you just get it on basic Western education, you would think, oh, they're gods. The ancient Egyptians think there are different gods, different people, or that they anthropomorphize these people. Like, yeah, they believe that there was a guy with a bird head that came down from the sky and gave him no. And that's where people get shit misconstrued, right? Because these people were so smart and so intelligent, so ahead of their time, that they was able to break down science, but also tell stories at the same time, so it's easy to absorb. Now the thing is, when you think of like hieroglyphs and stuff like that, ancient Egypt has thousands of years of stuff, right? And like when you think of something like the Book of the Dead, or which is really called the Book of Coming to Forth, right? These are texts that were meant for the eyes of people in the spiritual and the religious space, right? Like these are priests and stuff, like they was taking this information. But so if you're taking it out of context, if you're thinking these are literal things, then you're gonna be like, oh, these people are wilding, and not realizing, like, for instance, a neter, right, which is what they call the gods, right? This is not an actual person. This is supposed to represent an attribute of man, right? So when they say Ma'at, and Ma'at is a feminine neter, a feminine deity, a divine feminine deity, and represents balance in the universe. It's not an actual physical person, right? But so they'll take what they see in their environment or animals, because, like, for instance, animals don't break the programming. No matter what, if a cat has been sitting down for, it don't matter how long, the moment it gets up, what's the first thing the cat's gonna do? It's gonna stretch. We, as human beings, we could break the programming. God gave us free will to the point where you can get up and you could choose not to brush your teeth today, and your breath gonna be stank. The nature in you gonna be like, I gotta clean my mouth, right? Or even, but we are just we have so much control of, like, we have willpower. And I'm saying, and animals are just within the programming. Like they and in nature, certain things. It has a natural rhythm. We could create our own rhythm. This is why I look at us as human beings, like if God was a straight line, human beings are just like this straight lines broken in little itty bitty pieces. We're God, like we're not God, but God is being able to experience the physical through us. That's why we ever hear when people be like, damn, it's like God was speaking through you, or like, damn, I wasn't connected, but somehow, some way, the message came to me. So, like, we are all a part of this collective consciousness, which I interpret as the divine. You get what I'm saying? We're all just little water droplets of God's great ocean, but we're made out of the same things. Anyways, I didn't mean to go crazy into that, and I'm not trying to go. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they go pull this shit up. Then motherfuckers go, oh yeah, he's an atheist. Never fucking said that. Just because I don't subscribe to some fucking religion that it's crazy. I just think people don't like even. And don't get me wrong. Like even right now, I'm listening to the audio book of the Bible. I've read it before, but it's been a minute. So, and when I look at the audio version, this shit is like 84 hours long. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This shit gonna take me forever. But after I read the Bible, I can't wait to read the Quran. I've read the Quran. I've seen stuff, I've read things or whatever. I'm more in tune with the history of the religions versus the actual context and the thing. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, my bad. I'm on. Gotta buy something real quick. Muchas gracias. Oh. Yeah? Oh, thank you. My bad. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I was really tapped. But anyways, that's something I plan on doing within a year or two. I'll run through a lot of different religious texts and stuff like that. Because I just like seeing the connective tissue. And there's truth in everything, bro. There's truth in everything. Like, ill thing. So, my boy was putting me on game, and I've read stuff after this, but he was the one who kind of like shared this with me originally. Where, like, I didn't know that, because when you hear something like Santeria, right? Like, if you're hearing it from a generic, it is, oh, it's demonic, right? Not realizing that Santeria was a way for Cubans to be able to practice like their African spirituality through because it was illegal, or like they'll kill you if you was practicing your spirituality if you weren't subscribed to their god, right, or to their religious doctrine. So they was able to continue practicing their African spiritual system, but they masked it with saints. So, the slave masters are looking at it like, oh, this is just must be some form of Catholic. You know what I'm saying? They thinking they practicing and whatever they shit. And the reality is they're continuing to practice their African spirituality, but through the mask of Santeria, right? Same thing with there's like with voodoo comes from voodoo. You get what I'm saying? The same thing with whatchamacallit. Oh, if what I didn't realize, right? When there was the Black Baptist Church is another one, and I didn't. I'm like, where? Like, cause I didn't hear no one say that, but like, and white Christian churches and shit like that, it's not the same energy, but it's because, oh, that's gas. My bad. I was just looking at a notification. Woo! Let's go. Let's fucking go. But yeah, so it's interesting. Like, and that's why I lean spirit. I'm more spiritual than I'm religious. I do appreciate, or I can appreciate religious things. I can appreciate a pastor on stage talking about God and, you know, taking a chapter from the Bible and explaining how that applies into, you know what I'm saying? Because there's truth in everything. And I do feel like even God speaks through everybody. And even if you might not, you know, I wouldn't push nothing away. Like, I'm not opposed to going to church or whatever. I'm going to sit there and listen. I might hear what I need to hear. But I also have an understanding of, like, I know God is speaking through that. And God is allowing me to experience this because I need to be here. I need to absorb whatever's being done, or whatever's being said or whatever's being talked about or whatever. Every moment in life is that way. And but I also could separate the two. Like, just because I'm not fucking with, like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be a devout Christian and say this and the third. Like, that doesn't mean I can't appreciate it or take what works for me and apply it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Islam. I think Islam is lit. I don't agree, because even with Islam, you got Islam is like the newest religion out of the modern religions, to be honest. It's one of the newer ones. It's accepted in like the 600s and stuff. But even during its inception, you know what I'm saying? They ran into Egypt and pulled the limestone off the pyramids. They took all they shit and went to Spain and built some shit over there. Ain't that some shit? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Eduardo, shout out to you, man. Hey, y'all need to get the fuck. What y'all doing? Bro, what are you doing? Get out the way. What are you doing? I'm out of the way. Wait. What? I'm out of the way. Damn, I gotta. Yeah. Jesus saw Lucifer fall like lightning. Yeah. Yeah. According to the story, man. We not finna do that. I appreciate people that are like really knee deep into their dogma, but I'm gonna be honest. I stand on what I stand on, and I don't, unless we doing like some formal like debate shit. I don't want to disrespect or like credit, and you know, because even when someone be like, you know, just like you gave, you know what I'm saying, telling me Jesus love you and stuff like that, I accept that, take that, and I appreciate that, because I know what you mean, and I know where that come from, and I know how I interpretate it. But you know what I mean, that don't mean I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Jesus wasn't a Christian, because there wasn't Christianity. Didn't Jesus never called himself a Christian in the Bible? Unless I'm wrong, y'all tell me. I'm not a non-believer. I'm just saying, Jesus never called himself a Christian in the Bible. If it's true, y'all show me. There's two things, right? In the Bible, the word Bible is not in the Bible, and Jesus never called himself a Christian in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm not a non-believer. Again, like I love I used to hate religion, but now I actually love religion. I love studying religion. I love learning about it. I don't agree with it. I don't follow it like that, but I also am going to apply what applies to me. And then at the end of the day, you see, when you kind of put your mind and look at other different things, you get to see the connective tissue. And I feel like that's where you get to see the truth. Like, if I'm reading the Quran, if I'm reading the Bible, if I'm reading the Torah, if I'm reading the Peshitta, and all these different spiritual books of literature are saying something that's all the same, there got to be some truth into that. You get what I mean? Yeah, I am blessed, and I appreciate it. I love God. Me and God like this, bruh. I speak to God every day. I pray, and I don't talk, and I don't be faking. You know, some of y'all be faking when y'all talk to God. Y'all change your voice, speak proper, don't even cuss. No, I talk to God how He made me. I'm not finna I ain't finna front, cause God gonna know you fronting. You been cussing all day, and now you wanna go talk to God in your prayer and talk like He's with you all day. And I think it's funny because, like, A lot of times when people perceive God, they make it seem like a faraway thing. When, oh, God is watching me. Nah, God is internal. You hear God. You ever had an idea spark to you, or something random? Hold on. You ever had an idea come to your mind, or something just spoke to you, and it was like, oh my God, it's like divine intervention. That's God. What does that mean if I'm with God though? Hold on, I guess we gonna have this conversation. Let me close this. I mean, of course I'm with God. God is everywhere. What do you mean? I'm just saying, God made, because like, when you're talking about God that made the moon, the stars, the sun, the God that put this planet on a axle, like this world, this universe is so fine and tuned that if the planet was tilted a foot more, our whole weather shit would fuck up. Like, God made this so crazy. So of course I'm with God. What am I chasing? Nothing. I ain't chasing nothing. I don't chase side track. Some say it's spiritual, others say it's math. That's shit. Y'all, you just made me use a lyric to break my point. I was having an argument with somebody. I had mentioned science, right? And she was like, "Oh, you doing that science stuff, talking about science." Do you not realize that science is a study of God? Think about it. That's why they call it comedic spirit, like a comedic science. Science is a study of God. Think about it. God made everything. So if you want to see how the universe works and how things are done, you would study what God made. Would you be Catholic? Nah, cause I wouldn't. I can't. Not I can't, but I don't want to be like fake, right? Like, because I've taken the time to learn the things that I've learned, and I wouldn't join a religious institution now, cause my mama Catholic. I'm Puerto Rican, so like, and here, obviously, prior to America turning this into common land, and especially in the 1800s, what do they end up doing? It's like it's religion. Religion is like the biggest. People died more over religion than anything else in the history of the planet. So Catholicism is real big in Puerto Rico. Like, and it's interesting because like in Loíza, they still practice their African spiritual system. I gotta go to Loíza. I haven't been there for a hot little minute. I need to pull up. That's my favorite part of Puerto Rico. That's where a lot of the Puerto Ricans from African descent, populated area, whatnot. And then they have like these festivals, these bomba festivals. But they still they still practice their spiritual tradition that came, which I'm not sure, like, the origins and stuff. But it's just phenomenal. Yeah, I actually did a tour, and they was explaining it. I wish I recorded it because I didn't commit that to memory. Did some shit fall? Oh, my bad. Hey, y'all see something cool? That boy, this shit, like, the night I gotta dry my clothes, like air dry. I don't gotta dry, but the clothes, they actually the quality feels better. It's just inconvenient when you got a lot of shit to fucking to wash. That's when they get annoying. Like, fuck, I gotta do it piece by piece. Worker, rapper, who gonna win? Results don't matter. You don't need his, and she get hers. Wait. I'm half Cuban on my dad's side. They practice Santeria. Yup, man, Santeria is crazy. Like, I don't know the nuances of that because people try to demonize these things, but I just think they try to demonize it. People always demonize something they don't understand, and make it so that um they try to demonize something they don't understand, especially when it comes from be honest, bro. When it's some black shit, bro, the first thing they do is no. Think about it. Like and it's crazy. Like I think we've been conditioned to not fuck with shit like that. Think about like the concept of like a witch, right? Like a witch. What is a witch? A witch is a lady that has a cauldron that uses herbs to heal and to make magic and stuff like that. But someone else would probably look at that shit and be like, "Oh, that's a witch. That bitch a demon." Yes, Santeria is African spiritualism masked with Catholic or Spaniard what's it called? Like masked with Catholicism, basically. So that's why you have like Saint Lazaro and Saint this and Saint that, like that verbiage, those things. That's a Catholic way of thing, but they used it to practice the African spiritual system, which is phenomenal, right? Just show you how black folks, like even during the time of adversity, like you think about it too, right? That's why like even people argue like, oh, when people argue about, because I know like the majority of people, especially here in America, like are Christians and shit like that. So the problem is like it's hard because people, you know what I'm saying? If you believe, it's like Santa Claus, bro. You tell someone Santa Claus ain't real, like a child Santa Claus ain't real, they finna fight you. Especially if they've been believing the whole time. That's how I felt when I started learning about the religions and all that shit like that. It felt like I found out Santa Claus ain't real all over again. I said, oh, this shit fucked up. I ain't know. Or even when I was learning about the quote unquote Illuminati, which is not really the Illuminati, but just like I seen this is a YouTube video from like 2011, 2012 called the Zeitgeist, and he was breaking down the financial system and the Rothschilds and this and that, and I'm sitting there like, oh, bro, this the game is rigged. We ain't never gonna win. They trying to enslave everybody. And it felt like that, like, oh shit. But then you see the wisdom in it and how you could actually apply it, even though it might not be, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's not history. See, that's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna say this because I obviously I post this after the fact, so I don't know who's watching this far like later. But the homie said, and there's no disrespect, I'm just repeating what you said. The homie said, Jesus Christ beat the devil already. The kingdom is at hand. You can take your voodoo sticks to heaven. One, when you say it sound like something like that, take your voodoo sticks to heaven. You can't take your voodoo sticks to heaven. It sounds one that like, what if I was like, I'm not into voodoo, but I'm just saying, what if I was someone that's my spiritual belief system. That's what I believe in, right? You just try to shit or downplay a spiritual system that you don't know nothing about. Like Christians be so, oh, I love God and Jesus, whatever. But y'all be so judgmental. That's crazy to me. Like y'all be hella judgmental and y'all quick to say, oh, you wrong, or you gonna go to hell. Nigga, you ain't God. How you gonna tell me nah, you got me fucked up. Like y'all be tripping. Y'all swear y'all know the Ku Klux Klan are Christians, right? I mean, if it's about it is about belief. And if we talking the truth, let me ask you a question. Why when you go to a history museum, you don't see nothing in the religion in the history museum? Like though when you talk about history and you talk about religion, they're treated as two separate things. Why? Because with religion specifically, those are, again, like, I'm more than confident there's someone named Yahshua that existed, that the story of Jesus Christ is based on, right? So when people be like, do you think Jesus exists? I'm gonna say yeah, but not in the way that someone might think. Man, I just smell my sock. I didn't know that was clean and dirty, right? But if let me see, they do be hypocritical. They do, yeah, like just like you not finna cat. If someone like my dog, right? One of my best friends, I guess the lady that he dating, love of his life, whatever. He just met this girl, and she's like, look, if you gonna be serious to be with me, like you'd have to convert to a Muslim. And the homie, like the nigga really love this girl, bro. I don't know about love, and I'm so sorry to talk about this. I ain't finna say your name so I could kind of point it out. But if you and your lady watching this, it's cool. I'm giving y'all props. I'm just trying to put you in good light, my G. But he's like, bro, I ain't finna hold you, bro. Like she might be the one, bro. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning about it. This, that, and the third. I think it's cool. You think I'm finna tell my dog, like, oh, you tripping, bro? You know the Quran ain't real, nigga. Ain't you a Christian? So you say you don't fuck with Jesus. But then it's like, and that would be me being completely ignorant and not even know. Because Jesus is in the Quran as well. But they're not, because like even all right, we finna have this talk. I guess we gonna have this talk. See, y'all fucking me up. Because I know in the future, I'm gonna be famous or whatever, and they gonna pull this shit back up, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. And Eduardo, is your fault. But we finna have this conversation now. I appreciate it though, and this is no type of disrespect or anything like that, because I actually enjoy these type of conversations. So, boom, right? So, you know, in the Bible, it says we're all created we're created in the image of God, right? So, did you know that in ancient Kemet, and yes, I'm gonna keep using Kemet, ancient Egypt, as a source or as a reference point, because that is the flower of civilization, right? You have a civilization that existed 5,000 years ago, right? 3,000 years before Christ. You had all type of shit going on before God was born. Oh, I mean, before Jesus, walked the earth, right? So, boom. In Kemetic doctrine, there's a story about, how, and it's not the same thing. It's not one for one, but this is similar. You know how there's a story of Mary, Jesus, and Joseph, right? We all know who Mary, Jesus, and Joseph is, right? Boom. Okay. So did you know in Kemet, right? There was a story of Heru, Aset, and Asar. I'm sorry. Let me use the Greek names because y'all probably be more familiar with it. Horus, Isis, and Osiris, which Osiris is Asar, Isis is Aset, and Horus is Heru, right? So now that we got that out of the way, I'm just going to use the real names because I feel like it'll be disrespectful. That's like people be like, oh yeah, Jesus existed, but his name was Yahshua. So when you pray, do you pray to Yahshua or you pray to Jesus? Because if you calling, because I know if I call my girlfriend, if I don't got a girlfriend, but if I had a girlfriend and I call her a different name, she not gonna respond to me. If anything, she might slap me. Like, who the fuck am I? You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, it's kind of crazy. If you're conscious and you're aware that Jesus' real name was Yahshua, why are you still calling him Jesus? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Because it ain't like God was like, hey, call me Jesus. The letter J didn't exist until the 1600s. So how could the name have been Jesus if the letter J wasn't in the English alphabet or in the alphabet in general? Anyways, my bad. That's neither here nor there. I didn't mean to go into my whole spew. Exactly. And I don't think it's as simple as just that. But on a basic level, yeah, that's true. And it says it itself. The Bible is comprised of a bunch of different stories. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, ooh, this shit looks so good. My bad. Look, this shit look busting. I'm about to fuck this shit up in a little bit. But y'all got me in debate mode, so I'm finna talk to y'all real quick. Then I'm finna eat my food and get to work on this verse and hopefully drop 2 songs tonight. But this is actually kind of interesting. So going back to Kemet. So in the story of Heru, Asar, and Aset, it has a correlation with Mary, Jesus, and Joseph because Asar was killed. Asar was killed by his brother, which is damn, I forgot the name, but I forgot the actual Kemetic name, but it's Anubis is the is by Set, not Set, but Set killed Osiris. Osiris was reborn as Heru through the womb of a Set. It's pretty nuanced, and there's a bunch of different Bro, telling someone asking questions is a sacrilegious textbook cult behavior. Huh? I mean, question what Jay-Z said? Question religion, question it all. Question existence until them questions are solved. Listen, I think there's a beauty to blind faith, but you should know. Oh, shout out to you, John. I appreciate you. What's happening, Green Beast? But yeah, that's all I'm saying is that because now you know my dog was in my chest talking about something. I got the homie said the Bible is the history of Israel. No, that's not true. That's not true. And the land that is Israel now was not called Israel in the time of the Bible. You get what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. Like, if you take the Bible as history, then it's gonna look crazy. Because ain't no way Moses. Because look, this is where wisdom comes in. If you're taking these stories and you're taking what you're learning as a metaphor or as a way that you could apply these principles and things that you learn to in your real life, then yes, absolutely. But if we are talking about history, then it's gonna sound crazy, right? Because, okay, let's put it this way. I actually got a book that I just recently read, and it was talking about, it's crazy because like it's like the Bible contradicted itself in the first two chapters in the creation of man story. Because you talk about the creation of man story when God, the first day God made the heavens and the earth. The second, I'm butchering it. Don't quote me. No, the first day he did this, not that. I'm just saying when God created the universe in 7 days, and the seventh day he rested. Didn't he make man at that time? But then he talks about the story of Adam and Eve, and then he talks about making man again, right? So when this is so again, it's little nuanced stuff. Okay, yes. All right. So the homie Tim said the Bible is the past, present, and future. What do you mean by that, right? Because again, if we're talking to look, I feel like everything is God, right? Meaning that everything exists for a reason. But I tell you this, right? Because they'll be like, oh, if you read the Bible, you'll see that the end times are coming. These are times that happen. Oh, okay. So if I read a Spider-Man comic book and is this a you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Somebody wrote that. Granted, this was written so long ago, right? The first version of the Bible came out, again, the Peshitta came out in 300 AD, 300 years after death. It's 2026. That, you know what I'm saying? From then up until now, that shit's been changed, used for all type of shit. And again, I'm not seeing. I don't even want to turn this into like, oh, he doesn't fuck with religion. I told y'all earlier in the conversation, I fuck with religion, right? And I think, like, again, I'll sit and I'll go to church. I would sit and listen to the pastor speak because I know that we're in a place to worship God and people are talking about God, so God is in the room, right? The divine is in the room. However, I can separate. Oh, this is like proper religion propaganda, some control bullshit, and then this is actually the truth in the bullshit. You get what I'm saying? It's a difference. Pagan. See, I don't. You probably wasn't on here earlier when I was talking about this, right? So when people, Egyptians were pagan, they believed in different gods. No, there's the creator, right? And then you have these things called netters. Again, a word is used to define something or describe something, right? So when they're talking about how the universe is being created, right? And how pretty much and this is not just in ancient Egypt. If you look at a lot of different African, um, in different places in like ancient Africa, and they talk about um, the conception of life, the names they might use for the deities, and again, I'll get back to deity because it's not deity, but the names that they use for these different entities, right, might have been different. The language might have been different, but the story is damn near the same. It's amazing that as a collective, right, all throughout ancient Africa, the come to existence story is very similar. It might be a little different here and there, but for the most part, and the names could be completely different, right? But for the most part, it was a common, not common, but there was a thread line of like, oh, okay, everyone's kind of on the same page. Versus over here, is it turn the other cheek or is it eye for eye? God, which one is it? Because the Christians are gonna say turn the other cheek, but it's you know what I'm saying? The people that fuck with the Torah, they're gonna be like, nah, eye for eye, bro. You know what I mean? So which one is it? How is anything BC before crack? All right, let me ask you a question. So, because that's crazy, you know, human beings, right? Human beings have existed for 280,000 years. Think about it. You have a mitochondrial DNA in you right now that ties to some ancient black lady from South Africa. And yeah, he changed the game, and he charged everybody for it too. I'm just playing. God, I'm just playing. No, I ain't trying to fuck. You know what I mean? Yes, I understand what you're saying, but this man said Jesus Christ changed the game. How? What he did? He had a triple double. But see, that's the thing, bro. When people unread, I've probably read more of the Bible than you. Like, again, some people haven't read the whole Bible. Like, explain to me why. What's happening to Star Wars 9? I have. As a matter of fact, look, see, this is how y'all be capping. I ain't finna sit here and cap with y'all, bruh. Because if I did, my homies would. Look, this is the book I was just reading, Christianity Before the Bible, right? Interesting there that we had this conversation. This was actually something I was reading today. You came at the wrong time, bruh. Nah, that's you, Mike. You the glizzy gobbler, bro. Hey Ben, I don't know what they on, bro. Hold on, I'm trying to show Edward because that man he trying to push his dogma on me. I'm just kidding. I don't really know. I don't actually I don't feel any type of way. I think this is a productive conversation. Hold on. Where is my Bible? It is here. Where did it go? Because I'm actually I read a lot. Actually, there's a dope book I think y'all should tap it. If you are a Christian and that's what you fuck with, there's a book by Dick Gregory called Gregory. By this one right here. It's an ill fucking book, home. It's called Bible Tales with Dick Gregory. If y'all want to get like not modern, but just a version of the Bible where it's being explained and it's done from obviously Dick Gregory, not only a comedian but an activist and somebody that like someone that actually existed and really changed and helped the world. I'm not talking about Jesus, bro. I know Yahshua was outside doing what he was supposed to do, but this is a good book to read. But wait, where's my thing? Icon spending like Typhon. I know I got it here. 7 Spiritual Laws, Tremendous, Star Wars, Think and Grow Rich, JC, Get Rich Without Trying, Be Useful, Monsters, Hustlers, Can't Make This Up, It's Only Your Head. Bruh, what my... Is it on my other phone? Which is the one I'm talking to y'all now. Let me see. Are you from Detroit? Nah, bro, I'm not from Detroit. I fuck with Detroit, though. That's the second time I asked that, bro. I've been to Detroit once for a wedding. My best friend, she's like, "Oh, this my hunger's getting married. Can we? I want you to come with me." I bet we slid. That was so cool. I love my. I can't talk about none of this shit, but it was so fun, bruh. We got to go. I eat Detroit pizza. That deep is a deep dish pizza. That Detroit style pizza, the square. Nick, nah, bruh. That shit was so good, bruh. So good. Can't be no vegan in Detroit, bro. I probably eat that shit every day. That shit. I'm not even playing. I wish I could call Shireen right now and be like, "Hey, please talk to them about this Detroit pizza on live." Um, wow, you got me on live now. Anyways, my bad. I was looking. Look. I'm not playing. These are all my audiobooks, and the ones that are not downloaded is because it's on the phone that I'm talking to y'all right here. No, I didn't go to Flint. Where did I go? No, I went to Detroit. I was in Detroit. Do I feel the world is falling? No. Is the world in a crazy place? Yes. Is there some real life shit going on? Yes. But I was actually watching something and someone pointed out that America's been in inception for like 200 and something years, and only 15 to 17 years of those 200 some years that we've always been in war or some type of conflict. So I feel like I'll blink 40 times for $20. Sarah, I ain't from blinking 20 to 40 times for $20. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna look crazy because you're not from the Senate. I live in Puerto Rico right now, but I'm from Miami-Dade County. Iceberg Live is all I need. I be in my vibe. Now I'm confused because I had a Bible in here and now I don't see it. And every book I have in this library, I've listened to it over once. I think the two books I probably listen to the most is Big Sean's book and Will Smith's book. Look like the dude, hide your kids, hide your wife. That's fucked up. For real. That's crazy. Damn, what? Y'all get in here trying to roast, bruh. The moment y'all start popping in my live, it be roast sessions, bruh. I can't rap with y'all. I can't goddamn do nothing because now I got to sit and roast back. It's cool, though. I ain't tripping. They removed the Bible from my list, which would be bullshit because I didn't finish, so I don't want to start that shit. Oh, bro, that shit 80-something hours long. Yes, I believe in God, bro. Just not in the. I don't believe God is a man with a big white beard sitting on a cloud looking down on the world. I think God is God is everywhere and speak. You think he's happy with the world's current state? Do I think God is happy with the world's current state? I think God is having things play out the way God wants it to play out. Because if you believe that the same God that made the slaves made the slave master, right? And actually, kind of now think about it, it even goes to the song that LaRussell was talking about, where he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I should play this," because he was like, "Oh, even Kanye was heaven sent, even Epstein was heaven sent, even Donald was heaven sent. We all come from the source. We all come from God, right? Like motherfuckers will try to put the devil and God in the same place. If the devil is a fallen angel, he was made by God. So you can't put God and the devil in the same. You can't speak them in the same because you have God, the divine entity that created everything, right? That knows the future, the past, the present. He made the moon, the stars, Saturn, the galaxies, the millions of galaxies that are spread across these. You know what I'm saying? All of this, right? So, yeah, but you saying the world's in the fallen state. That's how people were feeling in 2001 after 9/11 happened, or that's how people was feeling in 2008 when we had the Great Recession, or that's how the world was feeling when during COVID in 2020 or 2021, right? there are things always happening. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that like people are losing their lives. It sucks that people are, and there's places in the world where shit is still fucked up, which is why I think people needs to take the initiative to help more people, to not just to help educate themselves and like do something. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for someone to save you. Do something. Save yourself. You get what I'm saying? God gave you free will. So God gonna be like, all right, what you gonna do? You get what I'm saying? I gave you an example. You see my dog Jesus, right? You see how Jesus is moving out here, or Yahshua's moving out. I'm using, and this is obviously in context too. Again, I'm from California. I was in a coma for 3 months. Damn, that's crazy. Exactly. Exactly. See, that's a perfect example of God intervening, right? That's that's that exactly. Exactly. No, I don't believe in I well, it depends on what you mean by believe. What's with that bland thing? Believe what? Do I believe that chapter 3 is history? No. Do I believe that there's some wisdom in it that I could pull? Probably, but it depends on what you're specifically saying. Know what I mean? Remember, the Malcolm X movie and the Malcolm X in real life are two different things. Does that make sense? Was again from Fort Worth. Shout out to Fort Worth, Texas. I love Texas. I haven't been to Texas. Well, when I lied, I was in Dallas for like 3 months. Dallas was gas. Shout out to y'all, man. WhatsApp. Nah, we ain't doing all that, bro. Y'all not finna be on my WhatsApp, bro. Um, yeah, I fuck with y'all in Texas, man. Texas go crazy. Y'all actually got the best price of living. Y'all females are super fine. I'm from Miami, Florida, but I live in Puerto Rico now. I moved here last year. Oh, my bad. Hey, you wrote WhatsApp though, bro. I'm just saying. What's up? Um, Nah, me and the homie was just having a religious talk, bro. But I don't know. I think I might tap out, bro, cause I ain't even like, not cause I'm losing, but like every time I get into this dialogue, bro, we could be in this bitch for hours talking about fucking, you know what I'm saying? What is the truth? What is not the truth? Man, at the end of the day, are you a good person? Do you think when you meet God, when you transition or whatever, do you think God gonna be like, man, you was a good person on this earth? You get what I'm saying? Cause I'm a bet on the like intent. I feel like God cares about your intention. I know all of y'all has either have seen somebody do some bad shit or had to do some bad shit, but got away with it. Why? Because your intentions was good and God let you slide. Yeah. I mean, what you want me to say, bro? Yes, absolutely. I mean, dang, what's that? Why are the Christian community attacking me now, bro? I want to get on y'all head top, bro. Cause don't, please don't let me go into my bag and like start pulling stuff out and having to really debate. Somebody smart. What my dog said, Jesus had 12 disciples and also 12 zodiacs. Absolutely, also 12 zodiacs. You know what? You know what else is 12? We have 12 months. I'm just saying, bro. The way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I'm telling you, bro. People just be. They don't even read the motherfucker, bro. Don't argue with me about something you ain't even read the motherfucker yet. Like, ain't no way. 300 kilo punch I have. That's some new slang, bro. I'm 35, bro. Don't bring the new shit to me. What the fuck does that mean? 300 kilo punch I had, cause that's some cool, that's some shit I gotta put in the rap. Hey, on 300 kilo punch. That's some new shit that I'm not familiar with, bro. Anyways, where my dog at? Shout out to Eduardo with the religious talk. I think that's kind of gas. Then you know what? I'm gonna fuck around. Sorry, make a Zoom and like whoever be wanting to tap in, y'all could just tap in. We could debate real quick. Oh man, bro, Duran, that's how you say your name, bro. You talk to him right now, bro. You talking right now. Yes, spirituality, astrology, nature, even religion, everything is holistic. Everything connects. And I think that people, you know what? I think a bunch of smart motherfuckers made these religious books, and they made it in a way where, all right, we can read this and we gonna know what's going on, but we're gonna put a bunch of bullshit in it to kind of distract the person from really getting the codes. And I think that's what happened. Cause there's shit in the like, there's a lot of when people talk about the Bible, they talk about the New Testament, they talk about Jesus and all, like, yeah, all that shit's fire, and a lot of that information is a lot of wisdom in it, right? But then it be stuff like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Don't see, I don't want me to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Why is it that when the angels pulled up, wait, is it Sodom and Gomorrah? Or am I think, yeah. So in Sodom and Gomorrah, when the angels pulled up the Lot's crib, because the angels pulled up the Lot's crib, and the angels was warning Lot, like, hey, God about to blow all this shit up. God about to put his foot into all this shit. We want to save you because you guys are a good family. Everyone from this town are pieces of shit. We gotta let y'all know so y'all can leave and everyone finna blow up. What the fuck happened? Right? The townspeople came. Right? So now the townspeople came and they're around the house, they knocking on the door, like, oh, and in the book, I remember reading this shit, and it's funny because the audio version, they try to PG it, but I remember I had and my old roommate, her mama gave me her book, her personal Bible. Shout out to Cheyenne. Gave me her Bible, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, the townspeople want to rape the angel, like the word rape is in this book. Okay. I'm like, let me keep reading. What the fuck going on? The townspeople want to rape the angels, right? And someone could argue, well, yeah, they want to rape the angels because they're evil and wicked in their heart. Okay, cool. We could do all that. So this is what fucked me up completely. This is what made me like, okay, there's some bullshit in here, bro. So Lot like, hey, hold up, right? I know that the angels are here. Don't rape the angels, but check me out. I have 2 daughters, and they haven't been touched by man, and y'all could take them. This motherfucker offered up his virgin daughters, right? And then they shit get weird later too, because then the daughters fuck around and drug the dad and rape, all types, some freaky shit going on, right? So I'm saying this to say, and granted, I'm sure there's some metaphors, somebody could break this down way better and more articulate I can and be like, yeah, well, as you know, the word Lot actually means this, and he didn't actually mean that he wanted them to rape, even though he said it. Even though he said y'all can have my daughters, but he didn't mean that. The daughters are a metaphor for society. Like, someone could do some little cool wordplay shit and semantics and try to fix that shit up. But if I'm reading it at fucking face value, that is some nasty, gross, disgusting shit that should never, like, I'm just like, I would not, like, I'm not letting my kid read that. What if somebody's like not right in their head, right? Or someone's mentally, not there, and they take advantage, they read this shit, and they think, oh, you know what? Hey, he was gonna give up his daughters. I should give up my daughters too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild. It's wild. Because he was the main character in that story. So, you know what I mean? And then, oh, yeah, bro. It's a bunch of crazy stuff there that I question why they chose to put that there. I mean, I understand. Like, I have my opinion. But I'm just saying, see, y'all got me talking about this shit. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. I ain't selling nothing. My album dropping. Nope, dude, he know too much. Anyways, I gotta tap out. I didn't think I was gonna be on live for an hour and 41 minutes. To everyone who's watching right now, I fuck with you like 1,000,000,000%. Thank you so much for tapping in. Special guest, shout out to Eduardo for turning me up because you want to have this conversation with me about religion. So I'm like, all right, cool. We finna do it. I have no problem debating. Um, but I just want to say thank y'all to everyone that's been tapped in. I will probably be on, maybe not later, but I got some stuff that music. I'll drop something later on the channel, but I might go on live on some video game shit later just for some fun. But this was a cool conversation with y'all. So y'all stay blessed, y'all stay positive, y'all stay spiritually connected, and I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.